Okay. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. My name is Sally Okogho. I'm Regional Communications Officer for Nexford University. And I just want to say thank you so much for joining us for another exciting Nexford Nigeria virtual meetup. Today, we've got a lot of things in store for you. So just get ready to have fun, interact with both current learners, our alumni, and our success advisors. It's a very interesting session we've designed for you. So for those who have just joined us today, I'll do a brief introduction to Nexford University. For those who are curious, who just want to find out about Nexford, I'll give you a brief introduction to Nexford, and thereafter we would have our current learner who we're focusing on today, Adeniran Falase. He'll tell us about his Nexford experience. We also have one of our MBA alumni, Valerie Ojinna, who is joining us as well this evening. And of course, we have our very fantastic success team. We have Trisha Roque, who is the Learner Success Manager, and CD Vilaseno, who is also joining us today. So without taking much time, we'll just go briefly into a brief introduction of Nexford University for those who are just joining us today. So we're 100% online licensed American university. We were born to provide learners all over the world with access to high quality, affordable education that prepares our learners for global jobs. We currently have over 1,000 learners from 50 plus different countries, and our global network keeps growing. And we hope that by the end of this session, you make the decision to join our global network. Currently, we offer high quality, affordable business degrees. We have the Masters of Business Administration, the MBA. It's a graduate degree that prepares, that equips learners to succeed in today's fast-paced moving environment. We've got 26 courses under the MBA program and 5 specializations. Some of the specializations include sustainability, doing business across the world, enabling e-commerce, advanced AI, future of automation, and managing hyperconnectivity. You have the option of either taking one of the MBA specializations or just running your MBA. You don't have to take a specialization. And of course, our tuition is $160 per month. Our goal is to be the most affordable and largest American university in the world. And we're well poised to achieving that goal. The average time to complete the MBA program is 15 months. We've had some learners here in Nigeria who have completed their MBA in 5 months. We've had people 6 months, and some others have done 8 months, 12 months, 18 months. That's the beauty of Nexford. It's designed to work at your pace. We also have the BBA, the Bachelor of Business Administration, that offers 73 courses. It's an undergraduate degree that gives learners a robust foundation in real-world business skills. Under the BBA program, there are currently 9 specializations you can choose from, which include 360 marketing, digital transformation, supply chain and e-commerce, business analytics. These are just a few of the specializations. Again, you can choose to take a specialization, or you can choose to just have your single degree. That's fine. For the BBA program, tuition is $80 per month, and it takes an average of 36 months to complete. We'll talk more about how, I'll give you more information on how you can apply and enroll for our programs. But let me just quickly highlight 3 things that makes Nexford different. We were born different. Our courses are workplace aligned. They were based on extensive analysis of global workforce needs and developed to treat specific, address skills shortage in the workplace. We're globally affordable, and our pricing is location specific, just so we can provide access to as many people as possible. Another thing that makes us different from other universities is the personalized support that we offer. And this involves our success advisors who work full-time to help you and provide you with support one-on-one when you need it. And we're going to talk more. We're going to find out more from our success advisors about what their job entails and how they can support you to achieve your goals. So having said that, we're just going to go to our two learners. Adeniran Falase is a BBA learner. He's the founder and CEO of Aries Group and Aries Builders Math. And Valerie is an MBA graduate of the class of 2020. Congrats, Valerie.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Sally. Yeah, she's so like yesterday.
I know. Valerie currently works as a risk management consultant with KPMG. So we're just going to start off quickly with Adeniran. So Adeniran, hi.
Hi, Sally, good day and good evening to everybody. Hi, Valerie, I think congratulations in order. And
thank you very much, Adeniran.
Yes, please. Yes, please. I think I would start off with I don't know if I should take out my glasses though. No, I would be reading more. I think for everybody to see the
whatever
face,
makes you comfortable.
For everybody to see this face, and I'm a proud learner. Let me put it that way. So I'm Adeniran Falase from Osun State, an engineer, project manager, and a business owner. So there are two things I was actually looking for in learning. Though the first one was I really do want a proper foundation in the real business world. Just I took it out from the word Miss Sally just said. And for me, at the same time, the Nigerian mentality, we all want pocket-friendly tuition fee. That is one thing. Affordability, I think that is one thing. For you to be able to continue with something, my keyword and watchword in life is longevity. That is being able to be consistent with something, not half-road, you hopped out and you're unable to complete what you really want. And I think I would go deeper into my business, and I own Harris Group and I own Harris Builders Math. I looked at them both ways, going into building and construction, and also being able to be a solution provider whereby I sell products. So basically, where we have issues in the construction world, a lot of suppliers would get money from you and they move away, and they end up not supplying produce or products rather, or materials to site. So that's where I had to come in and developed Harris Builders Math. We could be found on iOS and Google Play Store. Now, basically now, if I'm going to give an in-depth into why, 2019, if I'm not mistaken, yes, I was part of the executive MBA invited for the Lagos Business School. So I was opportune to take, I think 3 to 5 days. Yes, Professor Adi, I was in the class because I took 3 to 5 days, and I never knew the tuition fee was that, it was that huge. I never knew. I was part of it. Professor Adi was my was my lecturer then. So for those few days, and when it was time, you know, after the whole experimental, they called it MBA experimental section. So after that, we're now because I actually got the referral from my in-law, my father-in-law. So he's an alumni of Lagos Business School. But with that, still I was still going to be paying close to 4.2 million. Yes, and it was a one-time fee. You could only pay once. So I had to go back home. I spoke to my inner mind and said, do you think you are really ready to go for MBA and forfeit 4.2 million? And you're coming from a different field entirely. Like coming from the engineering world, I know nothing about business. We're only opportune to take English, that is GST 101 in year one. And it was a pass or fail course. We're not really focused on business or anything. But this is me being passionate because I've actually worked across board and I know how it is. So I really want something that would give me time for my children because I don't even want to go into that part. So let me focus on, I really want something that wants me. So I don't grow up just, oh, my child is already 7 years old and I was never there. So I just wanted something for myself. So I had to go into the business world. So how I heard about Nexford. I think the word wouldn't be how I had. I think it should be more of how I became conscious of what I wanted. I became conscious of wanting something flexible. Yes, I think that's the word. Something I can probably just do at my own time and pace, where I could organize myself and say, Monday, Tuesday, I'll be out there handling my business. Wednesday, Thursday, I'll be in here in my study room, like this is my study room right now, to read and be able to accomplish my goals towards education and business, basically. So, and Friday, Saturday, I would have family time. Sunday, I'll leave that to God and be able to go to church. So I Googled actually. I think I would use Google as my search engine eventually. So I typed on Google, I said flexible learning. That was what I typed in. And it came up different schools and everything. And I didn't just want, in screening everything, what actually stood out was like, when I saw the whole layout, okay, school fees, affordable, good. That was a check, okay, good. And I think it was like, oh, the orientation, oh, this is something we want. And passionate people like me were starting this whole thing. I was so happy. So I was moved to enroll. I think I enrolled September, yes. September 2019, yes. So I didn't want to go straight into the MBA because I didn't want something whereby I wouldn't have a solid foundation. I've been hurt and robbed often with my business. So I just want to handle everything whereby I can sit on an account. Now I work on Excel on my own. So I could sit on my account, get to know where I'm being cheated, where I'm being robbed. I'll be able to analyze, then have these, one thing I've been able to learn over time now with Nexford is cognitive thinking. Let me just put it that way. Cognitive thinking, critical thinking has been impactful. The learning is something you don't even want to joke about. I'm not being paid for this, but this is something I would say my horizon has actually been broadened and rather. Sorry, pardon me. And I would say to you, it's not for the weak. At the same time, it's not for the weak. You would have to be 100% focused. It's not for the weak. Then the challenge I would say is not a challenge, basically. I think in every challenge, I see opportunities. That's for me. So I don't call them challenges. I call them opportunities. So the opportunities or challenge you might face would be not planning properly. That is failing to plan. That is the only thing you would face as a challenge. Once you're able to plan, and Nexford will teach you how to open up. Be rest assured. If you are an introvert like me, as I keep to myself a lot about things, you would learn to open up. You would learn to relate with people. You will learn to speak, and you will learn to seek advice. You would learn to. You will be interested in learning, basically. So I think that's the only thing. And I think the watchword of one of my professors, basically, I would want you to know his name when you probably become a learner. So he's like, if you fail to plan, you're definitely planning to fail. So I think those are the only challenges, and how you would be able to balance. If you're able to balance work and learning. Now, we'll come to this now. When I discovered I was behind in some assignments, I was behind on some assignments for some time. I was always making it due day, or the last last minute before I could get the assignments done. So what I did was this. I cleared my schedule. I had to ask God for Sundays. We shared Sundays. That's if I'm back from church, I want to be focused on completing this assignment. So I don't go beyond or having to forfeit my learning, and you see that money I don't want to repay. So I think that's the drive, basically. So once you're able to focus and balance both, like I don't want to repay, I don't want to repeat, I want to progress, then you are in for constant progress. And managing family, life, work, and everything basically would definitely fall in the moment or the minute you realize that you have a goal. My own goal basically is I want to be a free person. I don't want to be subjected to the 9 to 6 and 9 to 5 or 9 to whatever time my boss is able to tell me go home. I just want something. I would have this whole lifestyle of my own and be able to say, this is what I know and this is what. I'm not just speaking engineering terms at all times, but being able to, I don't want to use coexist with business and, with work and business and everything. So, and family at the same time. I think for me, learning experience in Nexford basically is lovely. Now, I would want to share a story so that everybody would know where I'm coming from. I carried everybody in my family along when this started. So I spoke with my dad. He's my best friend. So I spoke with him. I told him, I said, Dad, I don't want to risk just having that degree or just having that, because the Nigerian mentality we have, the culture is when you have this whole thing, you should be able to merge them and have them embedded into your name, where you have Adeniran Falase, MBA, BCC, ACC, certifications from this, then it goes lengthy. Then you can't really defend any. So I spoke with him. I said, Dad, it took you time, over time. I knew you have 2 degrees and you have a master's. He's a food scientist, he's a notable man. So I was like, oh, how did you go about it? He was able to tell me, okay, you see, one thing is knowing something and knowing it to the core. Do you just want to go through the surface, or do you want to dig deeper and be able to stand in and say, I'm an entrepreneur, not just by mouth, or saying, oh, I'm a business owner. You know nothing about balancing an account or being able to assess data when given to you. So that on that angle was where I took the advice. You have to find someone of comfort and support to really go into education. I think to really achieve what you want at Nexford, you need to pick a pillar. That's find someone of support to relate with. So my wife is fully aware. She's a master's degree holder. I'm not ashamed. I said, no, I want to go into business. I don't want to have just a say. I really want to understand the real world of business. So that was what drove me into saying, if I can complete this in 2 to 3 years, I'll take my master's. I'm still very young. I'm still very, very young. And I'll be able to still boldly say, I attained a degree and I have a master's in it, fully knowing that I didn't just rush through it in 1 year or 2 years and I'm out. So that is it for me. And I think learners will actually enjoy one thing about the learning space. I would talk about the learning space. Now, off-air, I can't really say where it's located, but I do know my way there. I do know my way there. So it's in Lekki Phase 1, where especially when you go through the Freedom Way, you drive in through the Admiralty to your right, then another right, then to the left, you will definitely get to where I'm talking about. You could Google actually, or you ask Miss Sally. I think she's already laughing. I'm supposed to know the address because I'm so conversant with the learning space. So I'm like a regular visitor. I'm always coming there to learn and pick the app, especially when I want to read. And there's one thing you would like about that place. I think her name is Joy, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know if Adepoju is here now. Okay. I think her name is Joy. She's constantly there to ask you, sir, ma, do you need coffee? That's one thing. She's going to ask you, do you need coffee? So even at the point of wanting to sleep, that is when you feel like you're tired, you've read, and you seem not to understand. This girl comes to chat you up and say, do you want coffee, sir? And she say, well done. You see, those words alone actually go a long way for me. Like when I hear her say, do you want coffee? Well done, sir. I'm always motivated to say, oh no, I must get to this page. I must achieve this module. I must get to module 5. I must get to modules these and be able to round up and then go back, because I do one thing, one culture I have. After going through my module, I go through over for the second time, because I just don't read through. I read through, then all my extra practical assignments I'm supposed to work on, I work on them before going for my actual assignments. That's how I'm able to balance both. So I think if anything, the learning space is a very lovely place to say. I don't know. I think what other aspect have I not spoken about? Okay, networking basically. I think I spoke about networking. Networking for me, I'm an introvert. I'll be honest. I was going to hide under this face cap and the glass and just rush through, like run through this whole process, because I'm very shy. But I have this commanding tone where my workers say I'm so very whatever. But I'm very, very shy. Behind this skin, shy person. So, but in Nexford, there was a day I was in the learning space. I think Miss Majeko Dumi Aduni, if I'm not mistaken, I think I got the name right. Olamide Majeko Dumi. Okay, so I was having my meal. I think it was a Friday. I was having my meal in my reading space. Then she walks through me. Oh, I was like, oh, let me just close this plate and keep my drink and the food on one side. I was so shy because she walked into my space. But immediately she walked through. You know what she did? She brought her own plate too. She brought her own plate too. She told me, I'm also going to eat. So I don't know why you're shy. So I was like, by hearing that, I was forced to bring out my plate. Now I was now confident, like, oh, so she also eats. So it's not like I'm doing something strange. So I had and I was okay. And I think the learning experience for me has been very, very great. I've been able to relate with people. I've been able to start conversations. I've been able to say I. And I've been able to write my elevator pitch to a perfection where I do it with 25 seconds. And I think I should win you over. And above all, I've been able to do some critical thinking, basically. That's for me. Now, I just don't rush into conclusions. I take my time. I now assess things from different angles. I judge it with the 5 Ws and an H, 5 Ws and H, and I use the FAS in assessing everything. That is, any problem I encounter now, I'm ready to use the 5 Ws. Sorry, participants.
Thank you so much, Adeniran.
So I think I would have Miss Sally take over from here. Sorry. I'm ready.
No, it's been very fascinating listening to you and hearing your experience, how you came to be part of Nexford. It's really amazing that you've come from all the way from an engineering background. And the amazing thing, you did not decide to go straight for the MBA, even though you have a first degree. You took it on yourself. When I saw your profile, when you sent it to me, I was like, wow. I wanted to hear the story behind it. I was eager. I wanted to hear because I was like, oh, he could have just gone straight for the MBA, but no, you decided to take the bull by the horns and go to the very foundation. And I think that's really interesting. And you've just really shown us, you've embodied what a Nexford learner is all about. We're passionate about learning and learning to apply to solve real world problems, not just learning to acquire degrees, to acquire certifications, to apply it and solve business problems. So thank you so much for sharing that experience with us. We really enjoyed it.
You're welcome.
It's nice to know you have 2 kids, you have a full business that you're managing, you're married, and you're still able to find time to to dedicate to your studies. I feel challenged. I feel attacked personally, like, okay, what's my excuse if Adeniran can do it? So thanks again for sharing your experience. So just to quickly talk to some our audience today, thank you for joining us in this meetup. I've seen some people asking, oh, am I the only one here? I'm just going to tell you, no, there are a whole lot of people here, but you cannot see others who are here. You can't see the other participants. We as panelists can see others who have joined us. So thank you, Ayotunde, Daniel, Mohammed, Kolakwa Imam, so many people who have raised up their hands, who have told us, oh, I'm here. Kolakwa remembered the learning space because he's another regular. I was like, no, that's 23 Kunle Ogumba. He remembers the address. Like,
yes.
So we'll forgive you for forgetting the address. It's okay if you forget
it's because I have it on my Google Map. I have it on Google Map and I know my way there. Apologies.
So that's fine. Thank you for sharing your experience. So we'll go to our alumni, class of 2020 now. Valerie Ojinna. Valerie, so would like to hear from you, Valerie.
Okay. Good afternoon. Okay, good evening. Sally. Good evening, everybody. My name is Valerie Ojinna, and I'm a Nexford MBA alumni. So, by experience during my program, first it took me 18 months. So, Nexford has the option, like Sally mentioned, you can do the accelerated program, which will take you 1 year, or you can choose to go at your pace. So, because I was working, I opted for the spaced one, not the accelerated one. So how was I able to manage it? For those that have probably heard about KPMG or any of the big four consulting firms, the workload is something else. So the truth is, when I decided to do it, just like Adeniran was doing Sunday, I was doing Saturday and Sunday. So for almost 2 years, I literally did not have a social life because I would work from Monday to Friday. Even some Saturdays I would work, but I tell everybody that knows me that I think by Saturday and Sundays it's for my Nexford work. So Nexford pushed me. If you see the Nexford work program, Nexford doesn't serve you anything on the table. Pardon me, Sally, but that's pretty well. When I say doesn't serve you, our Nigerian education system, now I'm speaking to Nigerians on the same. You know how lecturer will just bring one textbook, give it to you, go and read it, come and write the exam. Trust me, it doesn't work like that in Nexford. So what you just see is notes, introduction, and then links to do research. You will do research. Your research is guaranteed. You will do. I researched and read so much material, and the library, Nexford library, is amazing. That I read materials and I'm like, wow, so these things exist. These things exist, and it was quite amazing to be able to go through that process. So it was really a push, because I know I have some times where the workload will be too much and I'll break down, because they have deadlines. It's not endless. Oh, you have 10 weeks or whenever you're ready. No. So module 1, you have 1 week to submit. When you start April 1st, by April 8th, your assignment has to be ready. By the following week, you have the one for module 2 that is ready. So imagine me having to wait till Saturday, Sunday. That's when I'll study the entire material. After studying the material, I'll now have to do research and write my assignment. I wrote a lot of papers. Like I'll write. I'm not going to lie. If you ask Olamidu, the country manager, so there was a period, I think that maybe 6 months into my program, the workload was so much, and I just called her one day and I was so frustrated. I was frustrated. I told her that in my exact words, I was like, Olamidu, you people promised us flexible lady. Olamidu, I don't have a life. I can think about it now and it's so funny, but then, because there is so much work to do, but the truth is, it is a lot of things that are important for you to learn, honestly. Like every day I go through all the materials, all the assignments that I wrote, paper, I'll write some assignments, and the assignments will be up to 5 pages, 6 pages, some even 10 PowerPoint presentations. When I go through something, I'm like, wow, so I did all these things. Wow, like the knowledge is, the truth is, everything you learn from Nexford as a BBA learner, as an MBA learner, the skill is amazing. And just like Adeniran highlighted, I also have a science background, right? My first degree was geology. So as a science, or as a scientist, or as a science student, or someone with a science background, so that intro, that experience into having to study theory, business, right? Exactly, that exposure is different. So imagine you're not researching.
That was my own.
No, honestly, because maybe someone that studied business administration as a first degree it might not feel so much to you. But for we with science background, and you're having to do so much research, and you're having to write so much articles on sustainability, doing business across Africa, you're reading about companies and their business history. Trust me, it's a whole new experience, and you will be wowed and marveled. Honestly, I was wowed and marveled. I remember when my first assignment was reading about Starbucks, and I'm like, oh, so this is how Starbucks started. Like, even after that weekend, I had to go read it all over again. Like, I had to go online, try to read up about Starbucks. It was so interesting because as a science person, nothing concerns me to go and start reading business history, right? It's not my business. But having to do the MBA, it opened my mind to those kind of processes. As a risk management consultant, what I do is I just take clients' business processes. I just try to understand the client's business operations. I look for how I can improve it, right? So now having to now do my MBA, it exposed my mind to the business world entirely, not just business operations now. So you're looking at as a business owner. So I'm thinking as a business owner. I'm also thinking as a business consultant. So that's really what my MBA experience was for me. If I could go on and on, but I'm sure that Sally has other things on the agenda that she want me to talk about.
You see, it's really interesting getting real life feedback from people who have taken the courses. And one thing everybody can tell you that it's no piece of cake. Like, when you earn a degree, when you earn a certificate or a badge from Nexford, you earn it. Like, you earn it, you work for it.
With your full chest.
What? I didn't hear that.
With your full chest.
You can own your knowledge anywhere, and you can defend it. And that's the beauty of Nexford.
Boldly.
You can boldly defend it, and you can apply it straight to your career,
to
your business, real world. Valerie talking about how she got interested, hearing how Starbucks started. You know, these are things that in other places you might not hear real life business cases like that. And the beauty of the Nexford library is that because we're 100% online, we're very agile. It changes, like it's updated daily. As things are happening in the business world, we're getting the first-hand information, and it's reflected across our courses. So thank you for sharing your experience, Valerie and Adeniran. Apart from, there's something else that we do at Nexford. So apart from giving you that access to high quality education, I'm sure some people will still have questions to ask both of you. So please just stay on the line. Okay. I see we have a few questions. Please remember to send your questions to the Q&A box, not to the chat box. That way we can see them and address them. So before we go to the success advising part, I'll just address a few questions that have come in. So Edifon asks, he has an engineering background like you, Adeniran, and he's also married, he's got family, he's got career, and he's wondering how can he manage his time, and he wants to know if he needs to take like a bridge program before starting the MBA. I'm sure he's wondering, did you have to take the BBA before the MBA? So I'll just answer your question to let you know that you don't have to take the BBA before taking the MBA if you already have a first degree, you know. However, you would need to take the foundation courses. So we've got 4 foundation courses that will give you an introduction to the business world for those of us who do not have a first degree in business. And it's very important that you take those foundation courses, because basically, like the name implies, that the foundation to everything you're going to do in the MBA. So it's very important. So we insist that those who are coming from a non-business background take foundation courses. However, for certain people who have maybe a lot of years of business experience and feel that, oh, they don't need a foundation course, we have an alternate route called the PLA, Prior Learning Assessment. So if you opt for that route, it means that we'll send you an assessment. Nexford professors send you an assessment that would cover what the foundation would have taught you. So if you are able to send a proper presentation and pass the PLA, the prior learning assessment, then you can go on straight to the MBA. But if not, then you have to take the foundation course. Most learners opt to go for the foundation course because, like I said, a lot of us don't have, not all of us have the business background, and it's just good for us to get the foundation. Otherwise, you feel like you're lost in the program. Okay, so that's one of the questions. So we have success advising as one of the keys to learners' success. I'll still take more of your questions, but before we take more questions, I'll just quickly like to introduce our lovely success advisors today. So we have the manager of the success team, Trisha Roque, who's joining us today. Hi, Trisha. Thank you for joining us.
Hi, good evening, everyone.
Good evening, please.
Good evening. And we've also got CD Villaseno, who is also from the success team. Hi, CD. Thank you for joining us today as well.
Hi, Sally. Hi, everyone. Thank you.
Hi. Good evening.
So our success advisors are here to tell you, Adeniran is going to, we've got some questions that learners sent in. They wanted to find out more about what our success advisors do and how they can help. So Adeniran has some questions that we've compiled from different learners that we're going to ask our success team today. And if you have questions for them as well, please feel free to send it in and we'll take those questions as well. So over to you, Adeniran, Trisha, and CD.
Hi, Miss Trisha. Hi, CD.
Hi, Adeniran. Hello.
Yes. Hi. Yes. I think my question will be for Miss Trisha first. I think.
Sure.
I think you. The questions we've seen, participants want to know, what does an SA do? That is a student advisor. What do you do, basically? Please.
Okay, lovely question. And I'm very happy to answer that. So an SA or a success advisor, we are the ones who provide support to learners whenever they face academic challenges. So as you've heard, everyone here who are attendees, you've heard the stories of Adeniran and Valerie. You've heard them say that, they were frustrated with managing their time, and they wanted to know how they can manage their workload and their studies at the same time. Or they've also mentioned some of their struggles about the learning platform. And all of those struggles, all of those issues or problems that you'll encounter during your learning journey, the success advisors are the ones who will be there for you to provide you a solution. So we are the ones that you can go to. We are open 24/7. You can go to us and just say, hey, Trisha, I can't find the submit button. Can you help me? There are cases like that. And someone will be there no matter what time you're studying. Someone will be there. And then in a more serious note, let's say, for example, you feel that you're doing your best, but you still get C's or F's. And that's where we come in. Before you actually get a final grade, we are the ones who monitor the learner's academic progress, so that before they even get a final grade, we see that, let's say, they receive a C on their first assignment. We call the learner right away. We email the learner right away and tell them, hey, Adeniran, I saw that you got a C on your assignment. Let's talk about it and see what we can do to help you boost it. So something like that. So in traditional universities, you would only meet guidance counselors, right? When you've already failed the course. But it's different here in Nexford University. We will meet you even before you get there, even before you've had that bad news. So we really provide that timely intervention to ensure that you will not have these pitfalls when it comes to your grades. So basically, to answer your question, what does an SA do? We're here to support you with your academic challenges.
Oh, thank you so much, Ms. Trisha. I think that would be very, very, so you are the go-to person. I think that exactly. You are the go-to person. I think that's it. And I think the other question now, like it's embedded together, I think this question now. Flexible, like I have a question of flexible programs, engagement, being able to be flexible. Now, the question is this way. I think I'll put it this way. What type of support is available to prospective learners that are looking into probably for the degree, the BBA or the MBA? What support are available from the SA, basically?
Okay, great. So basically, our team, we provide the learner services or academic services, which include the advising sessions. So we have, booking pages that you can set schedules with us or appointment with us. So you can always come to us and ask for help. So that's one of the services we offer. We provide guidance and counseling and advising at the same time. And this type of service is not limited to, finding the submit button, what very technical stuff, but really trying to build, a learning habit, trying to find a sustainable way to actually survive in online learning. So this is the type of support that we provide to learners. That's one thing. And then a second thing is we are very, that's the reactive part, right, of the support. And then we also have a proactive type of support wherein we provide monitoring, just like I've mentioned to you earlier.
Okay.
We do not wait for learners to get a final grade of C or F. We try to provide timely intervention to prevent that from happening. So if we have current learners right here in the audience, you'll know, I think you receive a lot of messages from your success advisors trying to chase you, calling you, chatting you in any way possible, just so we can have that. Right. So we can have that conversation and say, hey, Adeniran, let's work on that C. Let's try to boost that grade. Then that's a type of support. And that's something that we really value, especially in an online university, distance learning. You wouldn't want to feel that you're alone. So that's the one thing we wouldn't want to make them feel. Then apart from those services, what other support these learners receive? We have consultations with the faculty. So let's say you're studying alone and you don't understand the material very well, you find it difficult to understand how it's structured. You can also book consultations with the faculty and have one-on-ones with them. So these are experts in the field that you're studying. These are doctors, and you can actually have one-on-ones with them. And apart from that, we have a lot of extracurricular activities that we've prepared for learners. So we have learner communities that we are heading that learners can actually join. We also lead a lot of competitions for learners so that we can still have that campus climate that everyone's looking for. We have a lot of services, but basically everything is trying to make sure that a learner would succeed in their learning journey. Have I answered your question?
Yes. I think you've done justice to that, and I could see Mr. CD.
Hi.
Yeah, because I could notice everything. You were in support with everything she's been saying, and I would have to comment. I really like the way you smile, sir. So one thing is this now. I in support to what Ms. Tricia just said now. I think my own area is this now. How do you use these resources now to provide teaching and everything like what for learners basically? How do you embed them together? How do you bring them together like associate advisors, teaching assistants, professor, all together? How do they get to the resources provided? How do they get to work together, please? That's my question to you.
That's
Mr.
a great question. You know what? All our learners have their access to their Nexford learning environment. And as you know, guys, you do have the resources that we have at Nexford University. So, as mentioned with Risha, you can book an advising session with us. You'll just have to follow the link, log in with your Nexford credentials. We also have your professors with you. You can just simply send them an email if you have concerns with your academics, assignments, topics that you wanted to clarify on. You can also book a one-on-one advising session with them as well to consult your works or get their feedbacks. And also one good thing about Nexford is we do guide learners with their academic writing through the use of the writing lab that we have. We do have the writing coach. Wherein you can also have a one-on-one session with her to talk about on how you'll be able to improve your academic writing, because as an academic institution, we do follow a certain APA formatting when it comes to an assignment, projects, and so on and so forth.
The
So,
APA, yes.
yeah. So how do you find it?
Are
Yes,
you a
yes.
fan of the
No,
APA formatting?
it's been amazing. It's been amazing.
Right.
I wouldn't lie to you. Now I get to know the Chicago. I know the APA, but Nexford is APA. I do know. So now this would actually be linking me to what Miss Trisha said. About not waiting for you to fail. Now, this is basically the fear of everyone right now, like we have here. Everybody is looking forward to say, oh, what if I fail? I think as a human being, we always have that question up front. Now I'm talking to Mr. Sadi now, CD, sorry, pardon me, CD. And the question we always put out there is, what if I fail? Like, let's put aside everybody's question of, oh, my timing, my this clashes with my work, it does this, it conflicts with my family, it conflicts with the basic question. I think everybody, like, rightfully asked now is, what if I fail? Now I'm going to be asking, what do essays expect from learners? What do you really expect? Because basically, I think everybody is scared to say, what if I fail? What do you really, maybe by telling them, this is what Nexford actually wants of learner, calm down or relax. This is what we want of you, then we'll take it off from there. So please, maybe you could enlighten us and everybody here, please.
Yes, Adeniran, that's a good question, and it happens in the real scenario with our learners. You know what? What we do expect to our learners is, of course, when you enroll in a university, we expect you to learn and engage with your course studies and participate with your course. And if ever, in a success advisor point of view, if you encounter any issues with regards to your course, if you feel that you will fail the subject or the course, if you feel that you'll be missing the assignment deadlines, if you feel that you are why you wouldn't able to boost up your grades, we expect you guys to communicate with us immediately. You can send us an email through success@nexford.org, book an advising session with us. You can also send us a message through your MS Teams, which we provide, of course, for free for all our learners, wherein you can communicate with any of our success team, your professors, and anyone from the Nexford University.
Community. Okay, thank you so much, Mr. CD. I think sorry for keeping you on wait, Miss Trisha. Sorry, please. And pardon me. I think now to further buttress what Mr. CD said, I think how does the essay, that's the student advisor, sorry now, help new students, new learners, whether it's the BBA or the masters now? How do you help them adjust to online learning? Because we're coming from a culture where we don't even have access to internet until I think 2001. Yeah. So you can imagine now we're coming into this whole new culture. So how do you help new learners like myself and others that will be intending prospective students now, learners, adjust into the online learning environment of Nexford? That's the NSU. We call NSU. So
Okay.
Yes,
So that's
ma'am.
a wonderful and a very important question. So success advisors provide support to learners to help them adjust to online learning through different means. So I think the main one would probably be leading the Nexford learning orientation. Okay, so we have this NXU orientation that is designed and led by the success team. So this orientation is dedicated to newly enrolled learners. You get access to this 5 days prior to your course start date. So before the start of your course, you will already have access to the platform. So that 5 days is enough for you to actually try to familiarize yourself with the platform, where to find the courses, how to connect with your success advisors, how to find your grades, how to submit your assignments. Everything you need to know before you start your course is there in the orientation. So that's one main thing. And the second one, secondary, which actually supports the first one, is the personal success advising. So this is very, I think, unique to Nexford University. So what we offer is personal success advising, wherein you will have a personal success advisor, one-on-one advising. So you won't be sharing, in a sense, you won't be sharing one essay and then, it's just, they'll be handling so many, but they will be focusing on you. Okay, so, right, one-on-one. So these are the essays, just like I think we had a shout out earlier from Emmanuel. So he mentioned earlier about him having Leah as his personal essay. So you will have that personal essay reaching out to you saying, hey, Adeniran, hey, Valerie, why haven't you logged in? Why haven't you completed the orientation? It will help you, and always reaching out to you to make sure that you're intact and engage in whatever activity that you're doing. So that's personal advising 24/7 that will help learners adjust to online learning. Apart from that, we have a lot of exercises that we provide during advising sessions to be able to understand what is the learner's learning modality. So by learning modality, there are a lot of learners who learn by reading, who learn by audio, right? Who learn by doing. So in advising sessions, we try to understand the way the learners learn, so that we know what type of support they need, and we know what resource is the best for this learner. So for example, during the orientation period, I would be reaching out to the advisee assigned to me, and I will try to chase this learner as much as I can until he picks up that phone, until he responds to my email, and make sure that he meets the course participation deadline. And I would try to understand what is the best learning pace for the learner. So I would know, hey, Valerie, here are the audios. I see that you are an auditory, so I think this would work if you study this way. And we also try to make learners to manage the learners' expectations. That's the very most important part. So learners who do not have any background with online learning, they of course would be shocked, right? Like, hey, where's the professor? I want to see them. I want to ask questions right away, like right after classes. That's very common in traditional universities, right? And us success advisors, we help learners adjust to online learning by managing these expectations. What are the differences with traditional university learning and online learning? So we try to in a sense break that mentality that that this is not traditional university that you'll have, and how you will work, how you will study would be different. And we would try to embed online learning skills. The very most important one would be the self-regulated learning skills. So we try to help learners enhance their skills with regulating themselves, meaning managing their own time, right? Just like what you did, Adeniran, and just like you did, I know, Valerie, you've already completed the program, and I'm sure you're able to manage yourself, right? You've had really good self-regulated learning skills, and that comes from a lot of sessions. That comes from having that communication with your success advisor. So if I can just go back to what Sede mentioned earlier, what we expect from learners, what he said is very important. Communication is a key to success in online learning. If you do not communicate what you're struggling with, right? If you're not communicating that you are struggling, if you're not communicating where you're weak at, you will not find a solution. So always reach out. Just like what Valerie did with Ola. She said, hey, Ola, I'm really frustrated with the flexibility. And she reached out, right? And then she was able to manage. So it's something that's really valuable for us.
Okay. Thank you so much, Ms. Tricia, for your time. Thank you. That was clear and concise.
Okay, Adeniran, please, I
Yes,
just want to mention, honestly, the truth is, thank you, Tricia, for what you said. And this is me wanting to really encourage every learner and every prospective learner. Please don't use Nigerian system education. Honestly, I'll say it and say it again. You can send an email to your success advisor anytime. I want to say that one person that really helped me on board was my success advisor. Like, if I could see Jamie Beth right now, I would hug her so tight. Like from understanding how to use the portal, right? The learning portal. If you're having challenge, you don't know where to click, upload, or anything. I know Anne and Jamie Beth will chat on Teams, should share and tell you click here. Like, even to the tiniest thing. Oh, you sent your assignment or you're not clear. Honestly, please do not hesitate. Reach out to your success advisors. Honestly, do reach out. Like I would give it to Nexford team, to the success advisor team. They are amazing. Honestly, they are really, really amazing. Don't hold back. Do not hold back, please. Do not hold
Thank you,
back.
Valerie. That's really good to hear. And
think-
if I can just add, Adeniran, I'm sorry.
Okay,
to,
no
to
problem,
our
no problem.
to our prospect learners here, there's nothing to fear. If you feel that, hey, online learning is not for me, I'm afraid, I'm not techie, I don't know how it works, someone's always there to help you. So you won't actually feel blind when you come in. Someone will be there to guide you.
Thank you so much, Ms. Tricia. Thank you so much. And I think what is on everybody's mind now is because the Nigerian culture, as Ms. Valerie said earlier, the Nigerian educational culture, basically everybody is scared of their lecturers. Let me be honest with you. I had one of my toughest lecturer, Professor Moete, let me put him that way. So you don't go near their offices. You don't even assess them. They only call for you. And when they call for you, that means your grade is, is somewhere they would want to just scare you and all that. So I think now a lot of participants or prospective learners will want to know that how do they go about booking or finding time or booking a section, let me put it that way, for a success advisor. How do they go about? Like the way Ms. Valerie was able to reach out to our advisor. How do you go about it? Now, this question is directed to Mr. Sidi now, please. How do you go about the section?
Yeah, that's a great question. Tisha, are we allowed to share some overview of how they would be able to look
Go
at
ahead. Just share your screen and show them the Nexford platform, just a preview of what the university for our prospect learners.
So yeah, definitely we do have this one. So this is for an advising session that if you would like to book an advising session with a success advisor, you can do that. You can just click your success advisor and it loads their calendar or anyone from our team based on your convenient or a time. And also you can book a session with your professor by navigating your course, which is like this one. Yeah. So you can just visit your welcome page with your Nexford learning environment, and then you can find there your professor. Let's say, for example, here's our visiting professor, and then you can just simply click this link, and then you'll be able to see her schedule, and you can just simply book an advising session with her.
Great. So I think
yeah.
I think that is straightforward. That is straightforward and concise. So I think for everybody that has been listening throughout this great section, I think we would say everybody is happy here. I am glad I joined Nexford University, and even though I'm still en route.
Long way, my dear, long way.
Miss Valerie has highlighted already. So I'm still en route. I think I would allow Miss Sally take it from here. Sorry, please. Miss Sally, sorry we kept you, we almost sidelined you.
No, not at all. It's a meetup for learners. So it's basically for you. We are just here to hear from you. So I'm really glad that you're sharing your feelings with us, how exactly it went for you. And that's what we want to. We want new learners to hear from you, to find out how your journey was and who they can reach out to for help. So I'll just add more to what Valerie and Adeniran have said. So the Nexford system is totally different from the Nigerian education system. We tend to wait, like we're not, we don't know how to reach out for help because we feel, oh, I shouldn't approach my lecturers or I shouldn't approach the staff. No, at Nexford, please, if you need help, if you're struggling at any time, reach out to the success advisors. Book a one-on-one advising time with them. You have to be the one to take the initiative. You have to reach out. It's all based on communication. I've seen learners who have said, oh, I didn't hear from my success advisor. Well, you haven't reached out, so they don't even know if you have a problem. And then they send you emails, you don't respond. Please, we need to learn to make use of emails. Send an email to success@nexford.org whenever you are online. The success team works on, they do a 24-hour shift. That's how awesome and dedicated they are to make sure that no matter your time zone, there's somebody online to attend to you. So please take that initiative to reach out when you need help. I saw a question earlier. Somebody says, oh, I don't know how to navigate the library. Now, these are things that you need to book an advising time. Book a one-on-one session with your success advisor for help on things like that. You need help navigating the library. Valerie shared how she had to reach out to Jamie for things like, you know, navigating the portal, because it's a new learning environment for you. So it's understandable that there will be times when you would not be able to figure out things, and it's okay to reach out for help. There are no stupid questions. Please reach out, take the initiative, and that's one of the things that the success team they don't get to hear what you're saying. And if they don't know what your challenges are, there's no way they can help you. Having said that, we're working on a few things to make our success advising team more accessible to you. I know Trisha and Sadie and the team, they're hard at work. They're trying to create like a WhatsApp help desk where you can reach out. As soon as that is finalized, it will be rolled out to you, so you get the information about how to reach them via WhatsApp if you don't want to go via the email route. And somebody also asked about paying for CBN rates, paying at CBN rate, tuition at CBN rates. You can do that already. All you need to do is to reach out to the billings, ask for the Form A, fill out the Form A and take it to your local bank. Nexford is an American institution. So you fill out the Form A, you take it to your local bank. It can take up to 2 months to process. So please have that in mind when you want to pay your tuition. So make sure you have enough time if you want to use the Form A. As soon as you fill the Form A, take it to your bank and it gets processed. You'll be able to pay your tuition at CBN rates. There's no way we can shortcut the process if you don't make use of the Form A. You have to fill the Form A and take it to your local bank. Someone else asked about the delivery methodology for lectures. So as we've said on our website, you study at any time. We don't have live lectures where they say, oh, the lecturer is going to come live at so and so time. No, Nexford makes use of a whole different methods. We have videos, we have your learning modules are there. You can access them at any time on your mobile. I talk to different learners. Some tell me they study on their way to work. Some tell me, oh, I read on my mobile device while I'm waiting somewhere. And then I just take note of my assignments. And then when I get home, I do my assignment. So our modules are designed in such a way that you can learn on the go. As for flexibility, people tend to mistake flexibility for not putting in the work. The program is flexible, but you have assignments to submit every week. Because Valerie, I can see Valerie and Adeniran, they're like, yes.
Yes.
So our module is a competency-based module. It's something that you need to be able to defend what you're learning. So you need to do your assignments and submit them on time. Please don't wait till the last minute to submit your assignments, especially if you're in Nigeria. You know, the internet can decide to be very funny on that day.
To be very funny.
You're very correct.
Prepare enough, just prepare you can reach out to your success advisor and discuss your goals, discuss how to schedule your time, how to plan your study. people have done that. I know a learner who worked with his success advisor and said, you know what, I want to do this MBA in 5 months. And he did it. And he told us he was going to do it in 5 hours. I was like, I don't think he can. He did it in 5 months. Yeah, wow. So, so people have completed it in 5 months, some in 6 months, 12 months, 18 months, 15 months. So it really is flexible. Once you are signing up, would ask you questions like how many hours a week can you dedicate to the program? You need to have set time that you can dedicate to the program. And that's how we calculate your tuition. So you pay your tuition monthly based on how fast you are. If you are able to take more courses and finish faster, then you pay less. And that's the beauty of the Nexford model. So I hope I've been able to take as much questions as possible today. Okay, somebody asked, sorry, about the option of paying fees by transferring to a Nigerian bank account. Yes, you can also pay to our Nigerian bank account. Just send an email to help@nexford.org for more information. I would supply you with a local bank account for you to make tuition payments. Okay, CD, Trisha, somebody wanted to say something?
I think I'm all good.
Okay.
And I hope we do cover everything that they need to, to understand the Nexford learning environment.
Okay. Thank you so much. So before we round up today, if you're just joining Nexford and you want to complete your enrollment, please click www.nexford.org, click on apply, fill in your information and send it in. The admission team will be in touch with you. You get an admission decision as soon as you fill in your information. Within 7 days, we'll give you an admission decision. Complete your enrollment by choosing the date you want to start and then making your first tuition payment. Our courses start on the 1st of every month. So please have that in mind. And not to forget, of course, our Lagos Learning Space. Yay, for all those of you in Lagos. I'm sure you've received that email by now that we're opening our Lagos Learning Space for small, safe events. We know that everybody has been cooped up and feeling like, okay, it's an online university. I don't get to network with my classmates. Well, we're having a series of events. We've sent out emails and we've sent out registration links. Sign up for our events at the Lagos Learning Space. We've got different exciting events for you to come to the learning space, network, meet fellow classmates, learn from entrepreneurs, learn from career instructors. We're going to be having different events just to make sure that there's a social feel to your time at Nexford. Our learning space is at 23 Kunle Ogumba of Babatunde Andrews of Admiralty Way, Lekki Phase 1. And if you want to, open hours are Mondays to Fridays, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Saturdays, the learning space is open from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. So feel free to come there to study, to network, to arrange a meeting. We have a conference room. If you want to arrange a meeting, you want to meet with fellow classmates, you just want some quiet time. There's free Wi-Fi, there's coffee and tea, there's a lounge area, there's an open air terrace if you want to sit out on the terrace. So these are facilities that we have available for you at the learning space. Just book a time to visit the learning space. We need you to book a time to visit just because of COVID, so we can know that we can manage the number of visitors we get, and we want to make sure that we're not overcrowded at any time. So we look forward to seeing you at the learning space. Thank you so much, Valerie, Adeniran, CD, and Trisha for joining us today. It's been a wonderful, wonderful session. If you have any questions, thanks a lot. So I'm sure because of time, we cannot take everybody's questions. If you have more questions, please send an email to help@nexford.org or nigeria@nexford.org, and we'll be sure to take your questions. Thank you so much for joining us today, and we look forward to having another lovely meetup sometime in April. So fingers crossed, we'll still have another panel of our current learners and alumni to tell us about their own journey. So feel free to reach out to us, nigeria@nexford.org, if you want to feature in any of our meetup events. We're happy to feature you, or our offline event at the Lagos Learning Space. We're happy to host you at any time. Thank you so much, everyone. Do have a lovely, lovely weekend and stay safe.
Same here, please, Miss Sally. Do have a great weekend. And Valerie.
Have a great weekend.
Thank you so much.
Have a great weekend. Sally, Trisha, CD. Bye.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye to all the learners. Bye.
Thank you for joining us. Bye.
Bye, guys. Thank you.
Okay.